Coffee Club. I keep messing that up. I keep thinking of Coffee Talk there with SNL. Coffee Talk. I'll try to remember that. He's a New Yorker, people. He's a New Yorker. All right, well, listen. He is a native New Yorker. You are like a true New Yorker. Yeah. We won't sing New York, New York for you today, though. I don't think you even have that in your database. Dr. Mark, let's talk just for a minute about evolution and creation. I think a lot of people listening right now, they're confused what to believe. Maybe I don't know how you marry those two, but go ahead. Mark. All right. Right. Well, we got to define what you mean by evolution, though. We got to define what you mean by evolution, and we will in a second, but go ahead. Okay. Okay, well, hold on. Let's do this, Mark. Let's do this. Let's take this one step at a time. We're going to break this down, and I want to be able to share with the audience. And by the way, if you want to talk to us today about evolution and creation, I'm supposed to have another evolutionist call in tonight. I'm not sure if he is or not. But the number to reach me is 646-595-3275. That's 646-595-3275. This is Chad the Challenger. I'm on with Dr. Mark. Now, Mark, let's start from the beginning here. Now, you grew up as a Jew, somebody who practices Judaism. And as time went on, you sort of dumped the whole creation concept and started leaning more towards evolution. Now, what about evolution? What about evolution do you like? Like, what is compelling to you about it? I'm just curious. Okay, so in other words, Mark, or in other words, Mark, right? So Mark, let me ask you this simple question. So you believe in a macro evolution, or better known as Darwinian evolution, where we evolved from species to species, but eventually, if you go back far enough, it started with a single cell organism. Okay, now let me ask you this question, and I'm not sure if you're aware of this or you listened to Dr. Kent Hovind. He was on my show, probably about a month ago now. Excuse me. Now, I know nothing compared to him. But let me ask you this question. Let me thank you, and thank you, by the way, for that, Mark, kind comment. When you think of evolution, do you think now nobody realizes this, but Dr. Mark here actually was a school teacher, weren't you, Mark? What did you teach? English. Have you ever taught your students? You ever read a book or taught them English or anything, even a casual conversation, that life can come from non-life? Now, if you but hold on now. I'm just talking about simple logical things. If you go back far enough, what happened? You got a big bang, right? Okay, stop right there. Hold on. Let me take. The reason I'm doing that to you, Mark, is not to interrupt you. I just want to be able to guide you through something real quick so that you understand pretty clear what evolution is. So it started with a big bang. You had a little tiny dot spun around real fast, big explosion, came out of nothing. Okay, I'm going to give you that right now because I certainly do not believe in a big bang. I think that God spoke things into existence. But supposing there was this big bang, and now you got all the planets, stars, and moons, correct? Okay, now what was Earth like as before it became Earth as we know today? It was a ball, correct? Okay, what was going on? What was going on in this Earth? Mark, let me ask you this question. Okay. Oh, no. We're not there yet, Mark. We're not there yet. Hold on. Let me get there. I'm going to get there with you. So here's the Earth. It's spinning around real fast, and it becomes a hot molten mass, correct? Okay, so it's on fire. The thing is a big fireball. And then what happens when this rock that carries no life on it because it's a big molten mass of heat and fire, it can't possibly support life. No, we're not there yet, Mark. Hold on. So once the Earth cooled down, then what happened? Cooled down. Well, this is in your textbook, man. This is in school textbooks. Look, I'll help you. The Earth was a hot molten mass. Okay, about 200 billion years ago, whatever it was. The Earth spun around real fast and took millions of years for it to rain on this cool down the earth. So you got this rain coming in now on this hot molten mass, cool down the earth. It rained and rained and rained and rained and rained and rained for millions and millions of years, and it eventually made some prehistoric soup out of this rock. And out of the rock came the first living cell. Now, here's my question for you, and this is a very logical question, and I think it's a fair question. How did one cell living organism come out of a rock when rocks can't produce life? But before the ocean, remember, Mark, before we had the ocean, was millions of years of it just being a rock. Okay. So how did life come in it? How was life formed from a rock? Well, that's what you believe. Well, why does Darwin have to say that? That's what scientists are saying. Well, I could show you some interesting information about it, but Mark, here, let me help you with something. Okay, I really care about you as a friend. I really want you to know the truth about the gospel of Christ, okay? And the only way you're going to do that is if you let go of your presuppositions that we come from a rock 4.6 billion years ago. Listen, if the Earth was a giant molten mass of heat and fire and lava, and then it cooled the earth down, spun around, rained on it, are you telling me that life came from the water? Okay, now where do we have... let me ask you this question, Mark. Hold on. Let me ask you this question. What evidence do we have that water can produce anything other than itself? Okay, what about... Okay, let me ask you this. Go ahead, Mark. Uh-huh. But I have proof. Yeah. Right, but it's not blind. See, the difference... Uh-huh. Like evolution. Okay. I'm going to try to help you, Mark. I'm going to try to help you, though. Hold on. Before you go any further, let's break this down piece by piece, okay? Because I'm going to share with you in a minute some absolute evidence that evolution cannot and does not work. I'm going to show you absolute evidence that Darwin was completely wrong. And you don't want to miss that. We're going to do that and more when we come back with more 1,000,000% radio on the CC Radio Network. By the way, you can go on to blogtalkradio.com/CC Radio Network. Check out our website. You can chat with Dr. Mark and the Rev, our friends Felix. And you can check them out Mondays and Fridays. I'll be right back with more 1,000,000% radio on the CC Radio Network. We'll be right back. All right, we're back here with 1,000,000% Radio, and I'm with Dr.